Like England under Gareth Southgate. All this great talent, particularly in the front, that sort of front six group of players.
All they did was defend.
But they would just defend, just frustrating.
This is really frustrating. I think that this should be done before Christmas. It should be done out there, debated, discussed.
And particularly now is at a point where you can be a half-decent driver, but if you've got a really good car, you can win a championship. Now, I'm not saying Lando's not talented, but I'd love to see it. If you had all these drivers, every single driver on the grid, it's never going to happen. But everyone's in the same car.
DSPN is brought to you by Novus Glass, proud partner of the Special Olympics New Zealand. The Special Olympics New Zealand National Summer Games is in Christchurch, Ōtautahi, this December. Across New Zealand, Aotearoa athletes, clubs, volunteers and families are getting ready, training, supporting each other and celebrating as the flame of hope travels down the country. Text Novus to 3598 to support our athletes. That's Novus, Novus, to 3598 to support our incredible athletes at the Special Olympics in Christchurch, Ōtautahi this December. Notice it, Novus it.
Welcome to the DSPN.
Team New Zealand's in trouble.
Oh, he's done it again, Ricky Herbert.
The Devlin Sports Podcast Network.
DSPN, Martin Devlin, Lachlan Waugh. Welcome to it, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of weeks to go before the end of the year. Got a big rugby week lined up for you. Tony Johnson on the program tomorrow, talking about the 5 ways that he can improve the whole sport. Matt Burke, Wallaby legend, going to join us during the week as well. Haribaldi Jones, talking everything South African rugby on a different part of the podcast today. And especially about Rassie Erasmus signing through to 2031. Hit that subscribe button for us on the YouTube channel. Like, get the alerts. Leave us a comment, all of that. Hit the join button if you want to be part of Changing Sheds, which is our exclusive family here at the DSPN. A couple of bucks a week if you want to support us financially. We very much appreciate that. And we provide a whole lot of extra content for you every week called Changing Sheds. If you jump on Spotify video, it's under the exclusive benefits banner. Again, just a couple of dollars a week if you can support us. That would be very, very kind of you to do that. We love all the feedback and we'll get to that tomorrow and Friday. A couple of sessions of mailbag happening during the week. Right now though, if you offered me a 2-2 draw against the Springboks next year, I'd take it.
Marty Sermons brought to you by WebWonks. Generate online leads with WebWonks. Doctors for your Google data.
We live in an amazing, amazing world, and it's wasted on the crappiest generation of just spoiled idiots.
Without flinching, I would take a 2-2 draw in the rivalry series. Springboks versus All Blacks next year. If you offered it to me today, 2-2, absolutely, without question, bank it, sign it, frame it. Next year's tour is going to be one of the hardest ever undertaken by the All Blacks. And under the current circumstances, finishing level with the Boks wouldn't be a disappointment. It'd be a triumph. This isn't pessimism talking. I'm not throwing in the towel. This is just cold, honest rugby logic. Because let's be adults here. The Springboks aren't just the best team in the world right now. And I've been saying this for a number of weeks. They're the best by quite some distance. There's no debate about this. Don't be silly. This isn't one of those barroom arguments where someone says, oh yeah, but on their day. No. On almost every day, in almost every stadium, in almost every type of contest, the Boks are the house favourites. Last 10 games against the All Blacks, they've won 7 of them. If you had to bet the mortgage, your car, the dog, most sane punters would put it on the Saffers. And that's even with the Lions touring. Now, that doesn't mean that they're invincible. This year alone, of course, as we know, both New Zealand and Australia have proved they can be beaten. But beating them once is not the assignment. Beating them 3 times out of 4 in their backyard, that's like deciding you're just going to pop up and climb Everest before lunch. Let's hit pause on World Cups. That jamboree is still 22 months away. A lifetime in rugby terms. Between now and then, the planet can tilt, players can break, coaches can panic, and World Rugby might even introduce a new law banning passes longer than 3 metres. Look, anything can happen. We know that. The only mountain in front of us right now is that 4-test series versus the Boks. 4 consecutive weekends in the toughest place to tour in World Rugby. And to conquer that terrain, I think we need, at minimum, 25 world-class players. Not potentially world-class, not, look, pretty good in Super Rugby, not, oh, his dad reckons he's going to be good. No, we need men who are battle-hardened, experienced, composed, and capable of looking a Springbok in the eye without flinching and without blinking. Do we have those players today, right now? After the loss to England, I have serious doubts about that. There are holes in this squad, big holes. You could drive a milk truck through. That's the challenge we have at the moment. We need to fill those holes. I'm not saying we can't, but that's the challenge. What needs to happen? One of three things, I believe. Ideally, all of them. We unearth the next big thing or things during Super Rugby. We promote players who look promising and pray that they do grow up overnight. Or half a dozen or more existing All Blacks suddenly reinvent themselves into world-class players that they aren't at the moment. Is any of that possible? Yes. Is any of it likely? Well, let's just say that the rugby gods are going to be very busy over the Christmas period, because remember this, nobody, not the All Blacks, not Ireland, not England, not even a Lions squad fresh off the production line has beaten the Springboks 3 times in a series since 2019. That's 6 years of failure from the world's best trying to slay this particular giant. And giants, by the way, do fall. Yes, history tells us the bully eventually runs out of swagger. But timing is everything, and right now the Boks are stomping around like they've nicked the golden goose and they've welded it to a tank. So yes, give me 2-2 today, happily. Because that's not surrender, that's context. That's understanding that climbing K2 was already hard enough. This tour is Everest with roller skates on your feet. Next year's rivalry tour isn't just a challenge, it's the biggest, baddest, most brutal assignment the All Blacks have faced since 1996, when, funnily enough, we did conquer the mountain and we did win 3 out of 4 in consecutive weekends. If we match them blow for blow and come home level, well, that won't be a draw. I think that's going to be a victory. I'll take it every single day of the week. Hand me 2-2 right now. I'll happily say, well done, All Blacks.
Glass half full.
It's that time, Lachlan, where we take a number of sporting topics, things that have happened over the weekend, uppermost in our couch potato brains, and we decide whether we feel glass half full or glass half empty. Yes! And when that guy yells on to the next topic, we go. We're going to talk about the New Zealand versus West Indies cricket series, more particularly that first test, as well as the Ashes. England are absolutely pathetic, aren't they? F1, my man Lando got there this morning. Premier League, ooh, Arsenal, ooh, a little wobbly. Hayden Paddon, great news for Haddon. He's back driving WRC. And is January the 15th too long to wait for the All Blacks end of season review? Let us start. Yes! New Zealand Windies first test in Christchurch. And by the final day, well, courageous effort, I thought, on 2 counts. From our bowlers, considering we were 2 bowlers down.
Yeah.
And from their batsmen to bat out a day. You don't see this that often in Test cricket these days, where one side, with no real hope of victory, will just bat a whole day to get the honourable draw.
Which is almost a win, isn't it?
Well, it used to happen a lot when I was a kid growing up, and then, you know, in my life, I've loved the battling draw in Test cricket. I've been to Eden Park and seen England pull it out against us. I was there when Danny Morrison and Nathan Astle did it against them. You know, that famous one in Perth where Mark Greatbatch batted for a day and a half by himself with 9 wickets down, wearing John Bracewell's pants because he'd left his behind on the last day and they were 2 sizes too small. Yeah. And he still went out there. And so to see the West Indies batters just grind out like that, and especially, you know, not doing anything stupid, you know, just thinking, okay, this is actually manning up here. Just bat it out and bat it out. And for our bowlers,
smart. The West Indies aren't exactly well known for cricket smarts in that sense, are they?
No. Look,
smartly batting, playing balls a certain way, leaving that one.
Yeah, there isn't that, and we see it in that. We'll get onto the Ashes series in a second, but we don't see that in Test cricket these days. Even in T20 cricket.
Well, we do. There's certain teams we don't really see it with, though. But the Windies is one of them.
Most batsmen don't have it in their armoury or their repertoire these days to concentrate that long, session after session. It's a real mind game is what that is. I thought it was brilliant cricket to watch.
Maybe it's less of an art now, but people can still do it.
Well, obviously, because they did do it. And for our bowlers out there bowling 180 overs each.
Yeah, it's just wild.
It was, wasn't it?
I thought Kane Williamson would start bowling soon, a couple of overs, but no, he didn't do it.
So, I mean, it was one of those strange games of sport where you know there was no result coming, but it was still enthralling to watch.
Well, to be fair for me, I sort of lost a little bit of interest once it got to that last session. We needed 6, because we started the day needing... They were 4 down. They were 4 down, right.
Yeah.
So we needed 4 going to that last session. I thought, there's just no way it's going to happen here.
And I was waiting for them to go, are they going to go ballistic at some stage and have a crack at this? But no, they didn't. It kind of fizzled out right at the end.
Yeah, by that point I'd lost a bit of interest. I mean, but well done from the West Indies. Just incredible, you know.
All right. Second test this week.
Well, it's hard to be too critical of the Black Caps because we were, as you say, down so many bowlers. There was a couple of injury troubles and whatnot.
Second test starting on Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Is there
Wellington.
3 tests or 5?
3.
It should be 5.
Brilliant.
We've only got one home test series. Series. It
Base
should
and
be 5.
reserve. Should be superb. Good
Home and
weather.
test cricket.
Best place to watch cricket in the country. Ashes.
Mount's pretty good.
And that was England at their baseball worst in the first test, and then they followed it up in the second test. I just am so...
They were better in the second test.
But I'm just so frustrated by this team that they just play such dumb cricket. Look, they aren't a great side, but Australia aren't a great Australian side either.
No, but they're Australian.
And they're minus 2 of their best bowlers, remember, Australia. And yet England just throw their wickets away. Yeah. Just time after time.
When you talk about batsmen not having the smarts to stay at the crease and just last, England is not that at all.
Okay, here it is. If I'm Brendan McCullum, pink ball, Mitchell Starc. Just leave it. Just let it go past and let him bowl himself out. He's only capable of bowling X amount of overs in a day. If you blunt him, well, then we can go after the rest of them.
Which is like, isn't that the duty
tactic
of the openers? Is just absorb balls, wear the bowlers down.
Wear him down.
Yeah.
Because the others are all a little flaky without Cummins and without Hazelwood. And it's just like...
And they didn't have Nathan Lyon for this test, did they?
No, they left him out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I was so wanting England to be competitive in this series and at least take it down.
They have the talent to. They have the players. They've got the bowlers. They've got the pace. Obviously, Mark Wood, I don't think has played the second test. I don't think he did play the first one. He played in Perth, but they've got the players. Supposedly, they have the smarts in the coaching ranks. It just is obvious. The method, the strategy that they enter these games with, it's just not good enough.
Well, it's like
which they've been doing for years.
It's like any sports team, one of your favourite sports teams. It's like if it's a football side, thinking that, hey, all we do is we're just going to play all out attack and all out attack and all out attack, and we're going to beat you 5-4.
It's like England under Gareth Southgate. All this great talent, particularly in the front, that sort of front six group of players.
All they did was defend.
But they would just defend. Frustrating.
It's like, I'm going to rush the net regardless, and I'm playing Nadal on clay, but that's how I play my tennis. I rush the net. And he dicks you love 1 and 2 because he keeps passing you because it's clay and it's slow. Change the mindset, you dumbasses.
Well, isn't that the mark of a coach who maybe, if you're not able to adjust, like it's great to have a really good framework or a method about how you're going to attack a game, but if that doesn't work and you can't adjust, well, then are you actually a good coach? Yeah, I'm not saying Brendan McCullum's a bad coach. It's just I think that's a fair question.
I like the way that they play their cricket, but you can't play every single
not all
ball
the time.
Like that.
No, not all the time.
F1 this morning, the GP in Abu Dhabi. Why are you like that?
I wanted Oscar to win.
Well, Oscar was never going to win. He was never winning from halfway through the season. It was won in the end by Lando won it. Max won the race. Lando won the
moment that some McLaren team orders were favouring Lando sort of middle of the year, just past the middle of the season, and the moment that Lando took the championship lead, I think it was after Mexico, you knew then that Oscar wasn't going to win it. And then Max's comeback was spectacular, but he just probably needed one more race. Just needed one more race.
Didn't he win the last 4?
I think so.
And he's won
8 races this year, which is more than either one of the McLaren drivers. Motorsport is a wonderful moulding of man and machine, right? And Formula One in particular now is at a point where you can be a half decent driver, but if you've got a really good car, you can win a championship. Now, I'm not saying Lando's not talented, but I'd love to see it. If you had all these drivers, every single driver on the grid, it's never going to happen. But everyone's in the same car. What would happen? Maybe Max would clean up. Max would kill.
Didn't they try and do that with an alternative series to F1 and it didn't really work where they gave everyone the same car?
I'm not sure.
I applaud Lando Norris winning in it because he had to keep his nerve, man.
I know, and he has been plying his trade for years in Formula One, and he is certainly a talented driver. But part of me, it's based on the interpolitics within McLaren that have bothered me. Which is why I would rather have seen Oscar win it, but whatever.
The best driver is Max Verstappen.
He is undoubtedly the best. If you have a Mount Rushmore of F1, if you had 4 of the greatest of all time, he's probably in that 4 ahead of, I think, Lewis Hamilton now. He's just amazing. He's such an amazing driver.
Fangio goes on the board.
Fangio, Senna, Schumacher. And then it's probably Max. I mean, and I'm the biggest Lewis fan. I got into the sport in Hamilton's rookie year when he set a record for the most successive podium finishes, I think, for a driver.
Him on the outside.
He's just unreal, Verstappen.
Let's
unreal.
Talk Premier League and Arsenal losing in the
I'll talk about Arsenal.
Last kick of the game. This is since they've added on another 25 minutes at the end of every Premier League game for injury time. you're going to get goals right at the end of the game now, and they happen every single weekend,
Happened to
don't
my
they?
team,
Yeah, because the players are absolutely exhausted by that stage and everything else. There's now a 2-point gap back to Man City.
That's like Verstappen chasing down Norris.
That's
Man City chasing down Arsenal, isn't it?
So there's still what 25 games left or something like that.
I think we're 7-2-6. So what's that? That's 16. So what's 32 games? No, 22. 22, excuse me. 22.
So many games left.
So many.
But
Yeah.
this is an Arsenal side that were unbeaten in 18 across all their competitions.
Cool.
And they were, I think starting to strut already that they think they'd already won it or thought they'd already won it.
Arsenal doing that? Fans and players? The club? Everyone alike? Strutting like they won it already? Please. They've never done that before, have they?
It's a little wobbly. Again, it's just going to be a fantastic competition.
I've got to say, this is the year, though, for them to win it. Because you've got the defending champions, my Liverpool, who are just a joke right now. City are leaking goals. Chelsea don't have the squad to win a league
Aston
title.
Villa run 9 out of 10.
Villa are playing great, but it's Aston Villa.
Who wouldn't love them to win it?
Oh, it'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
It'd be absolutely
It'd be like-
amazing.
yeah.
It probably won't happen. You guys
No,
stop it.
we're not in the conversation.
And Tottenham do this every blimmin' year, especially when they get a new manager. They did this with Nuno, they've done it with Ange, now they're doing it with Thomas Frank, where they start really well and you go, okay, Spurs, and then they start to fall.
Yeah.
They are just
Oh, they're
such a
thereabouts.
strange- But no, if Arsenal don't win the league, man, you've got to get beaten by a shite City team or Villa.
Brief comment on the A-League derby. Great crowd at Go Media Mount Smart Stadium, 22,000 and more. The Phoenix must just be so frustrated that they can't get a win in this game.
Yeah,
This would be the one game out of the whole competition that they want to win, and they didn't look likely.
No. They in all 5 of the games that they have played, one of them I think he did 6-1 in Auckland's favour
Yeah,
as well
we were at
last
that game,
year
yeah.
or early this year. They are always thoroughly outplayed in every single contest.
I think the first one they got
in Wellington where Auckland got 2 late goals or something, didn't they?
But but they've never looked like winning any of these games. No.
Well, to be fair, does any A-League side look like they're going to win a game? Do you watch that competition, the standard of football?
I watch the
Love
derby.
the A-League. Love the A-League. Love
watch
the
the derby.
Kiwi Derby. But if you're comparing it to the Premier League, come on.
Congratulations to Hayden Paddon. We've spoken to Hayden an awful lot on the shows, on the various shows that we've done over the years. Really like this guy. And the fact that he's now driving again with the big boys, playing in the big show, that's excellent news for him. He's just had such a rough, hard time. And I track it all the way back to that Spectator, since then. And
he was really, after that, when I think he might have lost his, because I think the last full-time drive that he had, or permanent seat, if you will, was 2018. And he's kind of had a couple of events here and there since then, but he's trying really hard to get back into the series.
Yeah.
And the thing about motorsport...
It's great news.
It's wonderful that he's back. The unfortunate thing about motorsport is a lot of the time it's self-funded or you need sponsors, and it's expensive as hell.
Yeah. And look, he's the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And he works his butt off.
He's just
He's
like
a talented dude. He just needs a break, and hopefully this is it.
Yeah, he's like Ryan Fox, just a normal standard Kiwi guy.
Yeah.
He's really good at what he does.
Yeah, really good at what he does. So congratulations, Hayden.
Quick word on the World Cup draw. We've got Belgium.
We'll do that. Yes! Belgium, this is the All Whites, Belgium, Egypt and Iran in Group 9, I think it is it?
Group G.
Group G or H. I don't think we could have got a better draw if we'd asked.
It's a great one.
It's brilliant. And in actual fact, I look at all of those games and think that we can get a result against all of those teams. I'm not even fearing Belgium.
No, well, because this is the end of their golden generation, isn't it?
I just think the All Whites are at a stage, providing that our man is able to play.
Chris Wood.
If he doesn't play...
Well, Egypt, hypothetically, if Mo Salah is fit and healthy, Egypt will probably bench him against us. So that's kind of good.
Why would they do that?
We are the lowest ranked team at the World Cup, let alone in the group.
Okay, all right. But
do you think they fear us? Which is great.
Now, we only have to be one of the best third-place teams, and I've watched enough World Cups to know that 4 points gets you through, regardless. 3 points, you got a damn good chance. I've seen teams get through with 2 points in one of the best third-place teams. It can happen. So
it's also a tournament that, out of nowhere, you will have these middle-of-the-road teams just upset the big boys.
yeah, we got a hell of a chance. And we're playing all up that Western Seaboard.
Yeah, we've got a game in Vancouver.
LA,
We've got one
Vancouver,
in
Seattle.
LA, Seattle, there you go.
All right. Let's finish with the All Blacks review due January the 15th. And every time
How long does it take to review a season?
Yeah, this is really frustrating. I think that this should be done before Christmas. It should be done out there, debated, discussed, and then put to bed.
Well, how much of the information are they going to release publicly?
Again. Yeah, who knows?
Well, what are they actually going to say on January 15th when everything's released? They're going to say, oh, yeah, it was a year where we could have won more games, but we had a 10-3 record and we're happy with the coaches. Oh, we're going to make a minor change with this guy gone and this guy gone.
And let's not forget that Rusty Erasmus signing till 2031 means Tony Brown is out of the equation.
Well, I think Tony Brown could easily be enticed back to New Zealand if maybe some changes were made to the All Blacks environment. At least from things I've heard, his relationship with NZR is not the greatest.
So it's just that they just seem to be doing everything right, the South Africans, don't they? On the field, off the field and everything else. And here we are stuck in another
So they're building
pile of admin saying it's going to take till Jan the 15th before the public gets to know, what the All Blacks think went wrong this year.
Well, yeah. I mean, like a bit of love for South Africa here. So they're depth building by fielding 60 or 70 or 150 players a year, which is incredible. And they're still winning all these tests. Mm-hmm. And Russell's going to be their coach for the next 2 World Cup. So they could win 4 in a row.
It is just the biggest nightmare in front of every All Black fan, isn't it?
It's a very, very unknown feeling. That
Happy
there's
Christmas.
Just someone setting the standard. Also, what's interesting about in the press release that announced Rusty got the extension, they referred to him as a double World Cup winning coach, even though in terms of his job title at the last World Cup, Jacques Nienaber was the head coach, Rusty was the director of rugby.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We all knew who was pulling the puppet strings.
He had traffic light signs in the coach's box and he was yelling at the field.
Leave us a comment about any and all of this, anything at all that you got to say, any questions that you want to ask us. We absolutely thrive on it, and we love the fact that you do it. Mailbag coming later in the week. Huge thank you to Novus Glass for sponsoring this episode of the DSPN and for being a proud partner of the Special Olympics New Zealand. This December, over 1,200 incredible athletes, along with hundreds of volunteers, coaches and other support staff, will be making their way to Christchurch or Tautahi for the Special Olympics New Zealand 2025 National Summer Games. Novus Glass is proud to be supporting something special, and you can help support the athletes too by texting Novus to 3598. That's Novus, Novus 3598. Thanks again, Novus Glass, for supporting us here on the DSPN. Windscreen, crack or chip, notice it, Novus it.
DSPN.